Well, hey, it's Rhonda Simmons again, and I just wanted to drop in and just talk to you for a few minutes, parents, about how you're feeling about about raising your teenagers. Oh my goodness. They started out as babies. They were so cute and so cuddly, except for the part about, getting up every couple of hours during the middle of the night to take care of them, and they're crying and they need feeding and changing. And then those babies grew up into teenagers. And now it's a whole different set of problems, a whole different set of uh, things every day that you have to deal with, but you still have that sense of overwhelm and helplessness. Because your teenagers are thinking, ah, I'm living for the moment. It doesn't matter. There's no life after 18. I just want to get to 18, then I'm grown. We're not even going to talk about that statement. But let me tell you, it is so heartbreaking and heart-wrenching sometimes to watch your teenagers just make choice after choice that will not lead to a good ending. And so you've tried to enroll them in extracurricular activities because you think, well, if I keep them busy, that'll keep them out of trouble. How's that working for you? And so it works sometimes, but sometimes not so much. Then other times you just yell at them. You just yell at them. You put them on punishment and all that, and that's not working either. And then you even sometimes you take them to a therapist, and the therapist talks at them, and that's not working. And so now you're even more overwhelmed. You want to help your teenagers. You want them to be successful more than anything. You want them to have more than you had growing up. You want them to have better opportunities. You want them to have a happier, healthier, safer life. You want them to have it all because you love them. They're your kids. No matter what they do, no matter where they've been, you love them. They're still your child and you love them. And so you're thinking to yourself, why isn't all this stuff that I'm doing working for my teenagers? Well, for one thing, it's because they're not engaged. They may be physically present, but they're not inwardly engaged in the activity. They want to know, how does doing this help me right now? What's in it for me? We've heard that question so many times. What's in it for me? They want to know right up front before they ever go, why do I need to know this? Why do I need to do this? And so it's real important that we make that connection with them. Another reason why everything that we're trying to do and say and help these young people are not working is because we said it. Let me tell you what I mean. When I was growing up, I was one of those kids, I for some reason I couldn't figure out how to do my chores as we called them, and I couldn't figure out how to do what I was supposed to do. But yet I would go to my best friend's house and I'd be helping her clean the house and do the laundry and do all this kind of stuff, and it was no problem. Then I'd come back home and act like I didn't know anything. Well, my parents found out about my heroics uh, at my friend's house, and they realized, oh, she does know something. All this talking I've been doing actually sunk in, or everything that I've tried has been working, but yet she's acting like she doesn't know a thing. Well, sometimes you have to let someone else tell them the same thing you're telling them. It takes a village. Can I get a witness? It takes a village raising our children from birth all the way through to adulthood. And those teenage years are no exception. It takes a village. And so sometimes you just have to take the stance. Well, if you're not going to listen to me, then I'm going to take you to someone that I trust to talk to you, knowing full well that they're not going to tell you anything differently than what I've been saying, but they're just going to say it in a different manner. It's kind of like the difference between me going to my mama and going to my dad. Same message, different delivery. And so it's so important that we reach our teenagers. As a parent, you look at your teenagers and you want the best for them. You don't want any harm to come to them. And you're wondering, what should I be doing right now to help them along? What can I possibly do? It kind of reminds me if you've ever seen one of those cop shows where the bad guys break into the house and instead of, just wiping out the whole family at once, they tie up the parents and tell the parents, I'm going to make you watch how I treat your children and the bad stuff I'm going to do to your children. Well, when you don't do anything to help your teenagers become successful, responsible adults in society, you're like that tied up parent on the cop show where it is torturing you to just sit by and watch them make wrong decisions and watch them make wrong choices and go down wrong paths that you and I both know will end in a bad way for them. Don't just sit there and do anything. Don't sit there and do nothing. That's not the option. That's not the answer. I want to help you. Somewhere around this video is a link to my calendar. You need to click on it and schedule a time to talk with me. Let's talk about it because there is hope, there is help for you and your teenager. And I want to be a part of the solution. So let's talk about it. Book a call with me today. Click the link. I'm ready to talk to you right away.